Okay, so I just put together the MTAC vlog. It's literally the same day, only a little bit later. It's about 8 now. So, yeah, we did that, and I finished my drink, too. Now I'm thirsty. Oh well. So, MTAC went well, and we had fun, and everything was good, except the, life. So it went okay. Yeah. Um, Monday, Scott had school and work, and I was able to stay in bed almost all day. It was awesome. Like I literally slept most. I slept probably 14 hours. No, was that the day I slept 14 hours? Yeah, that was the day I slept 14 hours. I worked the next morning. I slept 15 minutes. Wednesday was boring. I was in bed all day. I basically worked on leveling. That was what I did. So I worked on leveling and all of that, and life was good, life was great, and yeah. Thursday I had work. Thursday was a pretty okay day. Yeah. Um, Thursday was okay. Friday was okay. So Thursday night, we get on. I'm on Facebook and I'm talking to this. Um, I'm talking in the MTAC people group, and we're talking, and one of the girls is like, "Are we gonna have a host club next year? Because the theme for MTAC is love. So wouldn't it be great to have like a host club where everybody feels special?" Um, Director of programming logs on, and this is Friday morning. Director of programming logs on and says, "Consider this approved." The last week has been filled to the brim with planning and panic and oh my gosh, what did we start? Because I basically, was asking questions. Okay, how would you deal with this? How would you deal with this? What are you going to do about this? Blah, blah, blah. My hair feels weird, and I can't tell why. I keep messing with it. It's probably because it's wet. I hate wet hair. I do not like it. But I was in a rush, and I don't remember why. I'll probably figure out when I get back around to today. So, yeah, we start talking about that, and Sunday was filled with planning. Like, I missed most of the planning because I met up with Sumner and Scott that morning, and then we spent probably about 5 hours together, and then headed off to para practice, where it was Scott, Josh, and I. That's how many people showed up for practice on Sunday. Laura had stuff she needed to do. Mike couldn't make it because he didn't have a car. V was exhausted because V's been to Evansville over the last week. Um, and we haven't seen Bunny since Friday at MTAC. I'm a little worried. Um, so yeah, it was just us three. So we did 9 dances, and then decided we were hungry and wanted biscuits. So we went to Cracker Barrel. The first hour we were there, we forgot we had come for biscuits. Like literally. Okay. All 3 of us, ordered sweet tea and Mama's pancake breakfast. I wanted apples on mine, Josh wanted strawberries on his, and Scott wanted nothing but syrup. It's like pressure. It was wonderful. I really enjoyed it. And we all decided that we're doing League of Legends Champions for dressing up next year, which will be awesome. But this means I have to lose weight for Ash, and Scott has to bulk up for Tryndamere. So this will be fun, because we're getting married in December. Yeah. No details yet on everything because, you know, basically the week Scott wants is Christmas service weekend, which, is great. Christmas service weekend is marvelous. But it's Christmas service weekend. Like, the pastors are so slammed, we don't even know if we'll be able to get Pastor Rob. We think we're 90% positive. So we'll know for positive, absolutely, undoubtedly sure in October. So in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and set a day and start planning and preparing. And if something falls through, we'll just find another place to hold it. And I mean, if all else fails, we have a living room that'll hold my family and his. You know, hopefully it won't come to that. Because I would hate for, Emma and Wayne. Please promise me you guys will do the best you possibly can to come. Please? Pretty please? I will beg and plead. Emma, you can bring Casey with you. Donnie, if she can come at all, I don't like weddings, but Mom pulled I spent 16 hours of, I spent 16 hours in one day in labor with you. The least you can do is suffer through a 30-minute wedding ceremony for me card. She pulled that one. She's never pulled that before in my life, and I've known parents who pull it every single day of their lives. Yeah. So this is a bit of a big deal to Mom. So to make it as bearable as possible for me, I'm going to need as many of you to show up as possible. Kendra? Sarah Sai? I will give you guys the eyebrow. I will. Do not make me. I will. I'm so tired. I'm so tired and so ditzy. Mom's watching Battlestar Galactica in the other room, and I want to watch it with her. She's only on episode 8. But I haven't seen the rest of them. I haven't seen the first 7. Like, this is one of Mom's favorite series of all time. And I haven't seen it yet because, Mom and Dad, I wasn't old enough when it came out. So I was going to watch it on my own, but there's so much other stuff I had to catch up on. So it's like, So I'm going to start watching that here in a little bit, I hope. If I finish these vlogs, I might be able to get to bed early enough that I can watch Battlestar Galactica before going to sleep. Better than watching Marble Hornets. That's my homework from Sunday. Sumner. Yeah, Sumner has instructed me that I'm to watch Marble Hornets this week. And I'm like, I don't do horror. I don't do scary. No. So I bargained that I will watch it as long as Scott is available to watch it with me so I can hide behind him. This is the last week of tax season. I will not see Scott except for 5 minutes here and there. Pretty much. Like, if he drops by while I'm at work, I'll get one hug and bye. Have fun at work. Have fun at school. If he comes by after work, it's like, good night, I love you. See you tomorrow. That's basically what our relationship boils down to. Normally it's worse because of usually all of tax season is worse. And by March, I'm such a wreck from like preparing for MTAC and not seeing him most of January and February that we're just fighting all of the time. This year it was easier because I needed to switch over to night crew and didn't get to. So I was working basically Fridays and Saturdays. But that meant I was able to go to school with him, which was great. I got to make some friends. Like, I actually got to see Terry really regularly, and that was awesome. And Dr. Rex is hilarious, and I miss him. I miss Cumberland so much right now. You wouldn't believe. But yeah, so that went well. So, this week is going to be, lonely. It always is. Last week of tax season is the worst. So yeah, that's gonna be hard. But it'll get better. He at least gets Sunday off, so I'll get to see him on Sunday. Um, this, yeah, so, where was I? Monday. Monday I spent all day in bed. Well, not all day in bed. No, Monday I didn't even spend most of the day in bed. I woke up, um, I got ready to go, and Scott picked me up on his way to work. And he drove to work, and I walked over to Starbucks, where Sumner and I hung out. And he told me about his stories, and yeah, it was basically a social event because I've been lonely since MTAC. You wouldn't believe. It's just hard, not having people all the time. It gets a little addictive. You sleep better at night, especially as an introvert. After you're completely exhausted from all the people ever, yeah, you sleep better at night. I haven't been sleeping well lately. 15 minutes to 4 hours a night normally. Um, so I hung out with Sumner pretty much all day on Monday, like from 12:30 until Scott got off work, and then Scott brought me home. And Scott left work late, like he didn't leave work until 10:30, so I didn't get home until 10:45. And then I had work. And Saturday was hard. Saturday I did not have a drink maker on headset. My just everything decided to conspire against me, and I got some of the most unbearable mistakes made and migraines, and Saturday was awful. By about 1:30, I was in tears and ready to never come back to work. So Saturday was hard. Tuesday was better. Tuesday I got there at 7. It was a little 7-hour shift. Not really little. My feet hurt by the end of about 5 hours. So, yeah, 7 hours wasn't bad. Didn't have a drink maker, but I was moving. Like, it was steady, and it wasn't in as much pain as normal. Oh, wow, that's worse than I thought it was. I just noticed this red thing over here. Yeah, I actually have myself scratched open. My allergies have been getting worse since I came back from MTAC. Um, Whenever I leave, like just for the weekend or something, my allergies almost vanish. And, when I come back, inevitably this happens, and it's awkward, and, having my history, people automatically think I'm doing something wrong. So, yeah. Tuesday wasn't bad. It was a lot easier to deal with, but by 2 o'clock I was very ready to go home. And Dad picked me up and brought me home. And then today, I hit max level! Like, seriously. Pandaria hit, and I had to wait to get Pandaria for a full month. I was so mad. So, and then it's just been League of Legends with Scott all the time. He's not really, WoW is fun for him, but he's not really as into it. He's really more PvP. So he's been doing that a lot, and whenever I want to play with him, that's what I play. So I've been playing WoW on my own and dying because, while the Klaxi are great and everything, Scorpids, Mantids, I don't care what they are, I cannot deal with them. I just fail multiple times, regularly. So yeah, I did that, and I hit max level today. I was very pleased. Do we really have a spot? Like, okay, you look at a map of Minnesota. No, you have the big United States map that I have on my wall, and each of these states are colored. And Canada and Mexico are this brownish beige color. I'm looking up at this map, and I noticed up in like the middle of a lake, we've got part of Minnesota attached right next to Canada. Yeah. One sec. I'm going to check which lake that is. Lake of the Woods. What is Lake of the Woods? So apparently, yeah, if we ever feel like completely invading Canada, I guess that's going to be our base. Or if they ever decide to take that little piece of island back, that's actually not even an island. It's a tiny little peninsula. It's like, just, it's like this. It's infinitesimal compared to Canada. And yet we still have it. I don't know. I don't pretend to understand. So I was very confused by that just now. Yeah. I mean, I can understand Michigan. Michigan makes sense. But Minnesota? I don't know. I'll have to ask Laura about that. She might know. She was actually up in Minnesota, Wisconsin area, like, all of her life. So she'll know. Maybe. I don't know. So yeah, that's been going on. And I'm tired. Like, really, I'm tired of all of this. I'm just ready to go home. Like, I'm home now. I understand that. But I'm ready to just go home. Like, if there's a place, there's your home where you live, and then there's your home where you feel comfortable and you get homesick for this place, and then there's home, which is like a state of mind type of thing, and then there's just home, which is just this inevitable longing for relief from all of this. Yeah, put all of those together. I'm ready to go home. I'm just so ready to go home. So it is 8:20. Oops. I've spent just about as long on this catching up on the last week as I did catching up on MTech. So I'm going to probably go see if Scott is doing well at work. And then I will probably head downstairs. I might start on Battlestar Galactica. I might just go for something more familiar. Because when I'm tired and grouchy and lonely, I go for familiar things. Like Firefly. Firefly is good. Firefly is comforting and depressing and grungy and steampunk, but not. It's home. As stressing as it is to have to watch Wash die over and over and over again, it's still home-ish. I'm not even making sense to myself anymore. Yeah, I make that face every time I drink this. I'm a soda maker for Christmas, so we make carbonated water, and then we put stuff in it. And I put raspberry syrup and vanilla and something else in mine. And, it's something to drink. I make that face every time I drink something, no matter what it is. Look back at my old vlogs. You'll see it. Alright, I'm going to head to bed. I need to rest. I need to start preparing stuff. I need to go over Rassie's vlogs because tomorrow starts the Camp Nano vlogging, where she and I are vlogging to each other and singing. So I need to go prepare a song too. Ugh. I mean, all we've really been singing for the last several days is Les Mis. My brother came over for his birthday last night. 21st birthday is tomorrow for him. That's scary. Don't remind me. And we watched Les Mis. And, like, literally, Hannah and I were singing almost the entire time. And then Hannah was posting on Facebook all these status updates about cake. I'm just related. I don't pretend to know what goes on. So, I'm going to go ahead and sign out and go get something to drink and probably go watch something on Netflix. So, we'll see you later. Love y'all. And I'll be back. Mwah!